Previously, we looked at the television ratings for both classic and new Doctor Who. In this video, we will bring our ratings up to date, before seeing what these freshest ratings do to our Doctor's rating chart. Who now is the least popular, and who now is the most popular, according to the television ratings. The Jodie Whittaker era had been deliberately broadcast on Sunday evenings, which was very gentlemanly of the BBC. Sunday had less competition, and potential viewers were more likely to remain at home in front of the telly. With the return of Doctor Who veteran Russell T Davies, in 2023, Doctor Who returned to its traditional position on Saturdays. Previously, I gave the full 7-day ratings for the episodes of New Who. Here we will see both the 7-day and overnight ratings. Overnight ratings are an indicator of the public's enthusiasm for a program. If you're keen on something, you do not like to wait. The year 2023 marked the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. The BBC celebrated with 3 specials and the return of David Tennant, but now as the 14th Doctor. His second tenure as the semi-titular Time Lord should have been a success. It had much going for it: the popular Tenant, the inclusion of Catherine Tate, and the return of Davies. And indeed, the first special, The Starbeast, improved upon the ratings of Whittaker's final series, managing 5.08 million overnight, which then rose to 7.61 million over 7 days. This, however, was to prove to be Tennant's second tenure's high point. The second special, Wild Blue Yonder, saw a drop. Its overnight ratings were 4.83 million, and the 7-day 7.14 million, whilst the third special, The Giggle, dropped further, 4.62 million overnight, rising to 6.85 million over 7 days. Tenant departed, sort of, and was replaced, assuming by generation to be classed as a replacement, by Ncuti Gatwa, officially the 15th Doctor. His first solo episode saw the return of the much-missed Christmas special. It was called The Church on Ruby Road, and it managed overnight ratings of 4.73 million. Presumably, much of the British population was having a very late Christmas dinner. The 7-day ratings carried the overall ratings up to 7.49 million, an improvement, but still the lowest Christmas special since New Who began. There were 8 episodes per series for Gatwa's tenure, a drop from the halcyon days of 12 or 13 of Doctors who had come before him. I suppose the Disney Plus money only went so far. The first regular episode, Space Babies, saw overnight ratings of 2.6 million, which then rose to the dizzying heights of 4.01 million once the 7-day ratings were added. Alas, such numbers were to prove a rarity. The Devil's Cord, the second episode, managed only 2.4 million overnight and a 7-day of 3.91 million. Boom, the third episode, slid further down to 2.04 million and 3.58 million respectively. There were many who wondered if Doctor Who could drop below 2 million, or reach the dizzying depths of 1.5 million. Yet, the fourth episode, 73 Yards, clawed its way up to 2.62 million overnight, and its 7-day ratings carried it up to 4.06 million. Could it be that Doctor Who was out of danger? Could its descent into certain cancellation territory be averted? Unfortunately, Dot and Bubble arrived to disabuse hopeful viewers. 2.12 million overnight with 3.38 million in total. Even with the +7 numbers, this episode had lower ratings than the previous New Who lowest, the 13th Doctor's Legend of the Sea Devils. The 3 remaining episodes of Gatwa's first series flirted with 2 million and 3.5 million over the course of the following 3 weeks. Rogue reached 2.11 million and 3.52 million. The Legend of Ruby Sunday tickled 2.02 million and 3.5 million, and Empire of Death, what a title, made inappropriate advances towards 2.25 million and 3.69 million. But alas, 4 million had switched off the lights and left the building. Gatwa's second Christmas special, Joy to the World, broke the Church on Ruby Road's ratings record by falling lower, 4.11 million overnight, with a 7-day total of 5.91 million. The regular series began with the Robot Revolution, which managed 2 million overnight. The 7-day ratings carried its total to only 3.57 million. It was not a good sign. And indeed, its follow-up, Lux, told the Robot Revolution to hold its cognac. It made Doctor Who history with overnight ratings under 2 million, only 1.58 million. Even the 7-day ratings only managed 3 million. This was the lowest Doctor Who had ever dropped. The first episode of the 7th Doctor's serial, Battlefield, reached only 3.1 million. The 3 Gatwa episodes that followed did not see much improvement. The Well had 1.86 million overnight and a total of 3.23 million. Lucky Day became the master of embarrassment by falling to 1.5 million overnight, and that on a day when it was the 3rd most watched programme on BBC One. Its 7-day ratings were a mere 2.8 million, and this was followed by The Story and the Engine at only 1.59 million overnight, with a total of 2.7 million. Apparently, much of the British public were busy acquainting themselves with the proverbial grass. The Interstellar Song Contest did see a jump in ratings, 2.57 million overnight and 3.75 million over 7 days. But this might have been down to its proximity to both the football and the Eurovision Song Contest. And yet, this sudden revival of interest was to prove short-lived. Wishworld slid down to 1.83 million overnight and 2.86 million over 7 days. And the series finale and Gatwa's swan song, The Reality War, mustered only 2.7 million overnight with a total of 3.44 million. It was a sad end. The original run of Doctor Who ended with low ratings, low budgets, and a serial called Survival, which was strangely fitting. New Who seems to have ended with low ratings, high budgets, and an episode called The Reality War, which some might say is just as fitting given the culture into which it was broadcast. Only time will tell whether 2025 marks the final end of Doctor Who as a series. It is somewhat ironic that the man who resurrected Doctor Who should be the same man who then buried it again. Call it a hiatus, call it cancellation, call it the end. But however you call it, there can be no doubt that the story of Doctor Who as a television series is a remarkable one. Few could have realised in 1963 that it would run for so long, so perhaps we should be grateful for those decades of science fiction storytelling that we did get. Now we shall see how the ratings of Tennant's second tenure and Gatwa's tenure fit into our Doctor's ratings chart. Yes, it's that part you've been so looking forward to. This is based on the average ratings achieved by each Doctor over the course of their time in the TARDIS. We begin with 15th and last place, and here we find Ncuti Gatwa on 3.8 million. At 14th place, I'm happy to report that Sylvester McCoy is no longer at the bottom with his 4.8 million. Jodie Whittaker is, ironically, in 13th place with 6.1 million, whilst in 12th place is Colin Baker at 6.3 million. Peter Capaldi is criminally low on this chart at 11th place with 6.5 million, and Patrick Troughton is in 10th place with 7.1 million. David Tennant's second tenure did not reach the heights of his first, as we shall see, so we find him here in 9th place with 7.27 million. In 8th place, we find Christopher Eccleston with 7.8 million. The two youngest Doctors are in 7th and 6th place, Peter Davison with 7.8 million and Matt Smith with 7.9 million respectively. In 5th place, which is interesting given how popular he was with the fans, is David Tennant's first tenure with 8.33 million. William Hartnell may have set the standard as the first Doctor, but he is in 4th place with 8.36 million, whilst in 3rd place, fittingly, is John Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor, with 8.4 million. In 2nd place, the George Lazenby of Doctor Who, Paul McGann, with 9.08 million. And finally, in 1st place, and still the king, with an average rating of 9.23 million, we find Tom Baker.